Well, believe it or not, tuberculosis is still a health concern in our community. Joining me with some health tips on how we can protect ourselves from TB is Connie Beaker from the Chattanooga-Hamilton County Health Department. Connie, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So, like we said, I thought tuberculosis was something of the past, but it's still very relevant in today's society, right?
Well, it is, and it's been around forever, thousands and thousands of years, and some people think it was probably one of the first described diseases of man.
Right.
And we're still having trouble getting rid of it. There was a big push to try, hopefully, eradicate it by the end of this century, but it doesn't look like we're going to quite make it.
So exactly what is TB, and what are some of the signs and symptoms associated with it?
TB is caused by a bacteria that mostly people inhale.
Okay.
Somebody who has TB disease coughs or speaks or sings, and the bacteria come out and somebody else breathes it in. And it may or may not cause illness in a well person especially. There is a part of my immune system or yours that would help kind of wall it off, and maybe you would never have symptoms. That particular scenario is called TB infection.
Okay.
If it progresses and beyond that, if I become ill or immune suppressed, then the disease can move beyond that initial stage into tuberculosis disease. And then I have symptoms of coughing, maybe longer than 3 weeks, chest pain, coughing up blood, maybe fever, chills, night sweats, unexplained weight loss. Those are real hallmarks for people to keep in mind and go to their doctor.
So how often does someone, come in and think they maybe just have a cold, and then it ends up being something a little bit more serious?
Probably they present more ill than a cold, unless it's like a cold that's persisted for quite a while.
So long-term symptoms then?
Yeah, it's a little bit longer term, and TB is just still a big problem in the world, and a lot of people don't realize it. A full 25% of the world's population is infected with TB.
So who's at risk for it? I mean, it's obviously relevant and prevalent today, so who else at risk?
Well, there are parts of the world where the incidence of TB is higher. The United States is not a particularly high incident country, so it'd be very unusual for somebody here just to come up with tuberculosis. A lot of Americans travel, though, and they go to countries where it is a higher incidence. The real key, though, is being healthy.
Okay.
A person's natural immune system can help fight TB, but you still, given certain circumstances, can pick it up from mostly from another country or a situation where somebody who has it doesn't know they have it and is not being treated, and they work alongside you, or you just
So
don't
real
know.
quickly, let's talk a little bit about the testing process and the treatment process. And now, thank goodness for the health department, because you guys are here to help us through that and to provide some treatment also.
Yes, we have the TB clinic at the Chattanooga-Hamilton County Health Department on 3rd Street. And we are there for all Hamilton County residents. We are part of a statewide endeavor to control tuberculosis and work toward eradicating it. But there are 2 ways people initially find out whether they've ever been infected. One is the old TB skin test, which a lot of people may be familiar with. But there is a new blood test that is even more definitive.
Oh, perfect.
And once somebody comes back positive from either one of those, they get evaluated by a physician. If they have no symptoms, it may be fairly unlikely that they're in a really progressed form of the disease. But in any case, we offer treatment, and we have case managers that follow people through.
And it's a long process, and that's why you guys are there. You're there to help us out. And so if anyone wants any more information on TB or has any questions, what's the best way to contact you?
Well, the direct number to the TB clinic is 423-209-8030.
And you're on East 3rd Street and also health.hamiltontn.org.
Right, the website will be right there for you to supplement that information.
Perfect. Connie, thanks so much for joining us and telling us more information.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back on Let's Chat.